In order for an iceberg to reach the North Atlantic, the currents typically take it from Baffin Bay through the Davis Strait and Labrador Sea. This is a long trip, and most icebergs never make it. Most icebergs melt well before entering the Atlantic Ocean. One estimate is that of the 15,000 to 30,000 icebergs produced annually by the glaciers of Greenland, only 1%, 150 to 300, are able to reach the Atlantic Ocean. When an iceberg does not happen to reach the Atlantic, its long and traveled life quickly comes to an end, melting rapidly in the warm waters. At most, it will take 2 months to melt, unlike icebergs stuck in parts of Baffin Bay, where it can take upwards of 4 years for a berg to melt. The mean number of icebergs passing south of 48 North, approximately 470 icebergs with a standard deviation of 492 icebergs. Therefore, yearly totals are highly variable and are subject to highly variable climatic factors. The area called Iceberg Alley is located about 250 miles east and southeast of the island of Newfoundland, Canada. Iceberg Alley is usually considered to be the portion of the Labrador Current which flows southward from Flemish Pass along the eastern edge of the Grand Banks of Newfoundland to the tail of the Grand Banks. This area extends approximately from 48 to 43 degrees north latitude at 48 degrees west longitude. Icebergs and sea ice flowing south from Iceberg Alley created the Titanic disaster of 1912. This is the area of the ocean which is patrolled and monitored most carefully. In the Antarctic, a freshly calved iceberg usually begins by moving westward in the Antarctic coastal current, with the coastline on its left. Since its trajectory is also turned to the left by the Coriolis force, owing to the Earth's rotation, it may run aground and remain stationary for years before moving on. For instance, a large iceberg called Trolltunga calved from the Thimble ice shelf near the Greenwich Meridian in 1967, and it became grounded in the southern Weddell Sea for 5 years before continuing its drift.